What it is, YouTube? This is your boy G Bondo here, back at it again with another YouTube video, man. I am so excited to be back making YouTube content, man. I know it's been a while. I had to lock it in, graduate college, and handle a lot of more stuff now. But now, I got a whole bunch of free time. Only really thing I'm doing with my life is working. So now I got all this free time, and I'm going to devote it back to making content for y'all boys. This time around, I'm going to be a lot more consistent with my content. Try to at least post at least 3 to 2 times a week, man. And just keep it going like that. Hey, for these next couple weeks, we won't have a face cam. I got to figure out how to set it back up because I'm at a new spot. And I ain't really got a lot of space where I'm at. So I got to figure out where I'm going to put the camera. And then I need better lighting. My lighting in this room I'm at currently bad. So once I get all that straightened out, we're going to get the face cam back in going. But for right now, we just going to rock with the no face cam. And we're going to keep on going with the content. In my first video back, man, I want to really help people out. Really help people improve with getting better at Call of Duty, Warzone, Cold War. I want to help people improve so we can just bring more people back into the game. I feel like what happens in Call of Duty is they see all these sweaty dudes in the game, and then they just be like, damn, I don't want to play this game no more because it's so sweaty. So I'm trying to teach the people that's not so sweaty how to get their game up so they'll come back and play it, and we can just bring more people back into the ecosystem. So part of this how to get better Call of Duty series, I'm gonna be separating these series into parts. Basically, part 1 today is going to be about how to get your settings right, how to get the best settings for you, and then part 2, which either going to get posted tomorrow, is going to be about positioning and aim, the building blocks of Call of Duty and how to get better on those. So if you don't want to miss out on the aim and positioning part of the video, which is very important to getting better at Call of Duty, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn the noti bell on so you hear it, and make sure you see that video. That video is going to be so much important than this video I'm doing today. So I bet most of you watch this video is like, man, how this dude named G Bondo is gonna teach me how to get better at Call of Duty, man? What does he know? Man, I'm gonna just go through my story on how I got better at the game, and it'll definitely tell y'all that I know what I'm talking about. I know what can help you get better at this game. So basically, y'all want to know what my KD was back in Black Ops 4? I had a .75 KD back in Black Ops 4. I was dog water. And during that time, I didn't really want to get better. So I just kept on going with it. Then Modern Warfare came out. I had about a 1 KD in Modern Warfare. I didn't do really nothing different between playing Black Ops 4 and Modern Warfare. And it showed because my KD didn't go up that much. But then once Warzone came out, I had a real big urge into getting better at Call of Duty. Because when Warzone came out, I was a 1 KD player, and I basically transitioned that to Warzone. Warzone, I was still 1 KD. So I just started watching a lot of YouTube videos, watching other people play the game, and it made me think of ways that I could get better. So right now, I was a 1 KD player when Warzone started. Now with this year Warzone, I'm a 1.3, and then with the new season just coming out, and then since the Cold War integration, I've had a 2 KD. So I basically went up a whole KD in a whole year. And now I'm going to give y'all the steps on how y'all can go up y'all KD in a whole year and be basically, I was a .75 KD player in Black Ops 4. But now in Modern Warfare, I'm a 2 basically. Really 1.3, but since the Cold War integration, I had a 2 KD. And now I want to teach y'all how to get to that upper KD so y'all can improve. So the first thing I had to get through to make myself better at Call of Duty was actually care about the settings. In the past, I just ran the default settings and didn't really care about looking through it and seeing which was better for me. And what I learned first when I started getting better was how important having a good sensitivity is, and a sensitivity that fixates towards you. So let's go to the settings. Okay, now we at the settings, right? Most of these settings y'all could copy down if y'all want to, and just keep it to whatever y'all would do. Y'all can make it y'all own or not. But I'm gonna show y'all the settings tell y'all the settings that y'all should not copy, that y'all have to find for yourselves. So tactical or tactical flip, that is all up to you. I have seen people use default and they snapped off with default. It's whatever comfortable with you. If you feel like you can crouch with that right stick, then go ahead and use tactical. If you're not used to it, or if you have paddles, you can go to default and just put the paddle on circle or whatever it is to crouch, and you can crouch like that. I also have had dudes say that they love stick and move, because I think you jump with R3. That's another good one that I've heard people like. And yeah, but basically this is anything you can find it. And then flipped, I use flip so I can shoot with my R1 and my L1 instead of R2 and L2, because the inputs for R1 and R2 are faster than L2 and R2. So that's basically why I do that. Stick layouts should be default unless you're like weird and you like it any other way. It's like legacy, soft par, anything like that. You can mainly just stay with default. Inverted look disabled unless, like I say, you like playing invertedly and you weird like that. Hey, go ahead and do you, whatever makes you comfortable. Alright, dead zones. Dead zones is really important. Everybody's dead zones are not going to be the same because it depends on whether or not the controller you have. I have a relatively new PS4 controller, so I recommend going anywhere. If you have a new controller, I recommend going anywhere from 0.3 to 0.5. But you got to make sure you see it, because you got to make sure, one, you got to make sure you don't have stick drift, because in one of my scuff controllers I have like a real serious stick drift on it. I got to damn near put it up to 0.13 just to get the stick drift off. So you just got to make sure you see what your stick drift is, and I'll teach you how to find stick drift when we get to talking about the sensitivities and stuff. So right now, if you have a relatively new PS4 or Xbox One controller, you can leave it at like at least 0.3 to 0.5, depending on which one feels better. Alright, well, horizontal stick sensitivity and vertical stick sensitivity. These you have to find out for yourself. I am going to teach you the best way at around the end of the video on how to find the best sensitivities, but I cannot tell you the sensitivity you need to do. It is mainly personal preference. You have to find out which one works for you. Now, I will teach you like the ranges, but you got to find out which number in the range works best for you. For console, you want to be running anything from 7 to about 12. Anywhere between those ranges. You don't want to be running 6. You really don't even want to be running 7. You want to be about like 8 to 12 range. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure your sensitivity is high on console because you don't have an FOV slider, so your game already going to be moving a lot slower than a PC player's game. So you want to make sure your sensitivity is high so it can compensate with your game being slower. For PC players, I recommend anything between 6 to 10. That is the best range for PC. If you're a little bit more cracked out and you got a 110 FOV and you can handle it at a 10 sensitivity, go ahead. But for me, I play at 120 sensitivity, and I use a 666 sensitivity. Next, ADS low zoom. This is another thing that you have to find out for yourself. I will teach you how to find it out in the thing, but for PC, if you're playing at 120, I would keep it anywhere between 1.85, or I'll go all the way up to 1. I wouldn't go past 1, or I wouldn't. If anything, if you go lower than 1.85, I have seen dudes run theirs at 0.77. So that's just all up to you. It's mainly personal preference. Dynamic response curve is the only response curve you should be using. This is really good for flicks, and it's also really good for recoil control. So make sure if you gotta have dynamic response curve. Don't use any of the other ones. If you do use another one you don't like the dynamic, I will use standard. I wouldn't use anything besides standard or dynamic. Do not use linear. Okay, aim assist, keep it on standard too. I have one thing on console though. Precision is pretty good on console. When I played on console, I used precision, but then when I went to PC, I switched it to standard because standard just felt better. And then if you're on PC, make sure you turn scale aim assist off. It basically gives you the same aim assist strength as if you have your FOV set to 80. So why wouldn't you have a better aim assist? Like, it don't even seem like yeah. So next, you want weapon mounted. You want that ADS and melee. The rest of that can stay the same. Make sure you have contextual tap on. That is so clutch. It's how you loot fast. It's how you loot fast. PC people, you want to have that contextual tap on. Now, if you're playing multiplayer, you want to use on reload. Don't put it on contextual tap for multiplayer, because you're gonna start picking up guns off the ground from people you kill. So you may make sure that you have it on reload. Tap the reload when you playing multiplayer. But a Warzone contextual tap would be good. I'm going to change this right now to play all. I had it on play 1, but I've found out that a play all is very, very time consuming, and you could cancel out of the action. But I think you can just sprint out of it or something like that. I can't remember how do you cancel out of that. Tap slide the behavior, that you definitely want to have this on tap, because this is how you slide cancel. Really, really good. like this is what you need to slide cancel. Like I don't know how to really slide cancel on hold, but if you want to slide cancel real good, that'll be on tap. I'll be doing a movement tutorial like after the aim and positioning video, so don't worry about that. We're gonna get onto that, and we're gonna figure out how to get good with that too. Automatic move forward, I had to disable. Automatic attachment is another way how you use how you get the good slide cancel. It also, this you have a disclaimer about automatic attack sprint is that it is going to mess up your shotguns. It is not going to make shotguns very, very usable. It's going to very often like just mess up like shotguns. Like you just gonna sprint out of shotguns, and shotguns gonna have messed up animation. So make sure you keep aware of that. So if you don't like that, you a shotgun guy, I would probably run automatic sprint or just disable and just sprint on your own. Parachute auto deploy. A lot of people keep this on so they can just make sure they don't break their legs. I like to kind of play a little risky with it. I like to turn this off just so I can just get a little bit lower to the ground before I pull my chute. Alright, so that's all for the settings. Now I'm going to teach you how to find that special sensitivity that will work for you. Alright, what you're going to do is you're going to go to multiplayer. If you don't have multiplayer installed, it's going to be kind of rough. So I don't really know. I don't know how I really do it. I guess you can do it in Warzone, doing a practice mode, but multiplayer will work the best. If multiplayer and Warzone keep your same sensitivities. So you're gonna load into a private match, custom match. Nope, I messed up. I do that every time. Go to King. Make it a free for all. Don't really matter. I'll just put on unlimited just so you can have enough time to work. Keep everything normal. None of the rest of this stuff matters. And you're just gonna load in. Load in, no bots, no anything. Just load in by yourself, and I'll show you the way how to get your good sensitivity. All right, so we're in the little private match, right? No bots, no nothing. This is all you're going to focus on. You're gonna find one of these little things right here, the target dummies, and you're gonna focus on keeping the dot in the center, right? Now, if you're not really good at keeping you just all over the place, you probably gonna want to go in here, go to your controller, and you're gonna want to lower down your sense just to make sure. You just got to keep this dot in the center and go side to side. Now you're gonna speed it up. You want to kind of just keep it on the target and just sway side to side. This is how you find your sensitivity, and then you can just bag up and do the same thing. Boom, boom, boom. Just go side to side. Keep on strafing. I'm not perfect with this either. I probably need to turn mine. If you see yourself like, I'll explain that in the next part. But yeah, just keep on going. I probably can afford mine going up a little bit higher. Let's go back to 6 since I'm farther away. Yeah, just keep on going side to side. You can start fading backwards, but just keep that dot in the center. If it's going all over the place while you're going side to side, that means your sensitivity too high. But just keep it right there in the center. And you can just work on it. This is actually a good strafing drill. How to keep like your strafe going when you're shooting. But yeah, this is how you find it out. So now I see that 6 is kind of like my sweet spot. Maybe I could go down to 5, but 6 is probably the best little sweet spot for me. So now we're gonna do 80 cents. So with 80 cents, what you're gonna do is you're gonna try to snap over to here. Snap over to here. Now you see, I'm kind of going farther than it, so I probably could afford turning my 80 cents down. You want to do it, you want to have one fluid motion. If you over flicking, that means your 80 cents is probably a little bit too high. If you under flicking, that means it's too low. So I'm kind of over flicking, so I could easily go down to probably like 0.8, right, on my low sense, and boom, I kind of under flick. But now you see I over flicked on that one, a little bit of an under flick. But you'll see basically the building blocks of how to find your 80 cents. Also, you could basically say like, I don't got no aim assist on here, so aim assist is gonna help you out a little bit. But once you're able to do this perfect by just hitting one flick, you don't want to just like, you see how I'm doing like the stop and I flick again. You don't want to do that. You just want to go straight to here, over flick, here, over flick. Just kind of control your flicks. Get a little stick drift. So you see, I got a little stick drift right there. A couple times my stick was just taking it, so I could really go up on my stick sensitivity. I'm all dead zones a little bit. I'm still getting stick drift. See that? I'm not really moving that. That's just my stick drift. But it's a good opportunity to see where your stick drift is at. But yeah, just hit them flicks right there, right there, right there, right there. Overflicked again. So maybe I could even go down to what I said, the 0.77, and see how that is. Oh yeah, you see a little bit better with my flicks on this one. Got a little stick drift kind of messing with me. Alright, now let's see. I got a good little sensitivity. Now let's put the sensitivity to the test. Alright, to put the sensitivity to the test, what you're going to do is you're going to load up that same king match, right? You're going to go to your game settings. Make sure it's on free for all. Go to your game rules. Leave that on unlimited. Now, if you're practicing for Warzone, you want to put your health up to 250. And if you're practicing for multiplayer, leave it at 100. I'm going to put mine at 250 just for Warzone sakes. And I'll put health regen on fast. Make sure they just plating up kind of fast. Okay, kill cam, disable that so your enemies will spawn back in faster. And that's all you need to do. On other maps, if you don't want to do king, you need to go to gameplay, turn kill streaks off. So the robots don't be getting their kill streaks and going crazy on you. What you're going to do is you're going to go to bots on. For king, I like to put at least 8 on and put on recruit. This is what I do. I basically do the same little aim training thing I'm about to do right now almost every day before I hop on Warzone. Going, I usually get a gun I use in Warzone. Like, let's get the Krig right here. I'm at the Krig, the AMAX. What I do is I just practice my aim. Just practice. I'm hitting there all my targets. I practice my transition, so I practice my flicks over to here. Now you see that flick was kind of slow. So I can honestly, I can speed this back up. You want your flicks to be fast but controlled. I was controlling the flick, but it was just a little bit too slow to me. Just make sure you practice those flicks, and you're gonna see like that if you find that good sensitivity, you're gonna be able to hit all your shots. So just find that good sense that you can just hit all your shots with. You hitting all your shots like center mass, man, and you feel like you just frying with the settings you got on, then just leave the settings there. You don't really want to be messing around your settings too much. I at least go in and shoot bots at least once a day just to make sure my settings are right and make sure that I don't have to do no minor tweaks. Like some days I might just up my sensitivity based on how I'm feeling, but this little shooting box exercise just make sure that I'm good with all my settings and everything. Like I said, I do this at least once a day, every day before I get on and run Warzone. Just making sure I'm shooting bots, making sure my aim is all good, making sure I got a good spray transitions, making sure all that's good, making sure my flicks are there. And then once you just, like I said, once you feel like you got that sensitivity where you just frying with, like you shooting better than you ever shot, leave it there. Don't touch it. And when you do touch it, only mess with it minor. Just don't go from a sensitivity like a 6.6 to a 10.10 in one day. You're gonna mess yourself up like that. I just lost to a bot. That's sad. But yeah, make sure you just got your flicks all right. Right there, I'm barely missing shots. I just want to say thank y'all for watching the video, man. Make sure you go spam up that like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any more videos, man. We finna get going on this channel and have fun. Thank you and have a nice day.